In Revenge of the Sith, Dooku confronted both the Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, with his master Palpatine looking on. While Palpatine did betray his student following a defeat at the hands of Anakin, previous to that defeat, the two Sith had a very important conversation concerning the future of the Sith as a whole and the rise of the Empire. This included the role Dooku was to play in Order 66 and the destruction of the Jedi. Before the Jedi entered the room with the Sith Lords, they discussed how the battle was to proceed. Sidious told Dooku Grievous would serve as the true villain of the Separatists, and Dooku was to help the Republic end the war. To do this, Dooku had to be captured. This was to pave the way for the Empire, as despite the war being long and difficult, the droids and their leaders were never meant to triumph. Palpatine told Dooku he desired Anakin to be kept alive, as he believed he could persuade him to the dark side with the help of Dooku. He informed Dooku he was to kill Kenobi, as he could pose a potential giant threat to Anakin and the Empire, and to whirl Anakin into as big a rage as possible. Palpatine assured Dooku if the battle did go wrong, he would intervene and stop Skywalker from killing him. He explained to Dooku he believed Anakin needed just a little push, and if they could successfully get him to tap into the dark side, he would be easily turned. This is why in Revenge of the Sith, Dooku is intensely attempting to goad Anakin into using the dark side, as it was specifically commanded to him to do so prior to the duel ever even beginning. Palpatine told Dooku that once the boy felt the power of the darkness, he would join them, and they could use him once the Empire rose. Palpatine believed the rule of two was coming to an end, and to have grown obsolete, as its ultimate goal was for the Sith to reign over the galaxy, and with that on the horizon for Palpatine, he saw no further use for it. Therefore, as he portrayed to Dooku, he was going to adopt several rising Sith into his plans following the establishment of the Empire, and he desired Dooku as well as Skywalker to rule at his side. As we know, however, this was false, and Palpatine from the very start saw Dooku as nothing more than a pawn, with his desired apprentice being Anakin even immediately following the death of Maul at Naboo. Once Palpatine explained this, Dooku suggested he try once more to turn Kenobi, as he believed him to be the more controllable choice for a future Sith Lord, and although Skywalker was more powerful, he saw Kenobi as the smarter option. He also suggested this because he felt Skywalker may grow too strong, and overthrow both Palpatine and himself at a future date. Kenobi must die, today, at your hand. His death may be the final code key of the final lock that will seal Skywalker to us forever. Dooku understood. Not only would the death of his mentor tip Skywalker's already unstable emotional balance down the darkest of slopes, but it would also remove the greatest obstacle to Skywalker's successful conversion. As long as Kenobi was alive, Skywalker would never be securely in the camp of the Sith. Kenobi's unshakable faith in the values of the Jedi would keep the Jedi blindfold on Skywalker's eyes, and the Jedi shackles on the young man's true power. Still though, Dooku had some reservations. This had all come about too quickly. Had Sidious thought through all the implications of this operation? But I must ask, my master, is Skywalker truly the man we want? He is powerful, potentially more powerful than even myself, which is precisely, Dooku said meditatively, why it might be best if I were to kill him instead. Palpatine would refuse this suggestion, telling Dooku Kenobi was a true Jedi Master, and it would be the wiser move to eliminate him, whereas his corruption would be nearly impossible. If all had gone according to how was portrayed to Dooku, after their duel and the death of Kenobi, Palpatine would have intervened and prevented Anakin from killing Dooku, then revealing himself as a Sith Lord and showing Anakin the plan of the Sith that had been established centuries prior. He then planned on converting Anakin to the dark side, and with him, taking Dooku into custody. The original intention was for Dooku to reveal the secrets of the Separatist army and have him appear as if he was unaware of the atrocities of the organization and Grievous, pinning all the horrors of the Separatists on him. To the public and the Senate, it was to appear as if Dooku attempted to wage a just and fair war with the evil Grievous corrupting it and committing horrid acts across the galaxy without the knowledge of Dooku. The opinion of the Jedi on Dooku would little matter, as they were to be executed shortly following a huge confession on behalf of Dooku. This confession was meant to appear as if he was feeling guilty and wished to make things right. It would also grant the Republic information on large Separatist targets and leaders. It will be, he said slowly, meditatively, as though he spoke only to himself, an embarrassment to be captured by him. The voice that answered him was so familiar that sometimes his very thoughts spoke in it, instead of in his own. An embarrassment you can't survive, Lord Tyrannus. After all, he is the greatest Jedi alive, is he not? And have we not ensured that all the galaxy shares this opinion? Quite so, my master, quite so, again Dooku sighed. Today he felt every hour of his 83 years. It was fatiguing to play the villain for so long, master. I find myself looking forward to an honorable captivity. In Revenge of the Sith, the information from Palpatine concerning the location of Grievous was originally intended to come from Dooku. While in custody, the plans for the Empire to rise would continue as planned, although during Order 66, Dooku was to remain untouched. Dooku was then to be placed in a powerful position within the ranks of the Empire, bringing the Separatists peacefully into the fold, as he was their leader and highly admired. He was then going to be tasked with aiding Vader in destroying the remaining Jedi, with the Sith united and strong once again. These 3 Sith were also meant to be the combination of all the major organizations in the galaxy, all coming together in support of the Empire. Anakin was meant to represent the faithful Jedi, Dooku the Separatists, and Palpatine the Republic. A near unstoppable group if all parts had worked as planned. So powerful, in fact, the Empire may have never been overthrown. So that is what Dooku believed the plan was after his final duel with Kenobi and Skywalker, including his future role in the Empire and the role he was to play to end the war and in Order 66. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like as it really helps out the channel and I appreciate it a great deal. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related. If you have any lore topics or questions you want answered or addressed, do not hesitate to tweet them at me at StupendousWave on Twitter or leave a comment and I will try my best to answer or make a full video dedicated to that topic. Thanks again for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.